it was to him to become famous on the internet. I mean, obviously he didn't become famous, but to him he was. You know, he was important. You know, and now that's all crashing down. All the skeptics fucking hate him. Like he's not in a good space at all. Like I
who are you talking about, Matt?
There's something I got to add to that. I think that look with this kid around, okay, and you know, forget about the jokes that like, oh, is it really his or something like that. But he's got a kid, right? You know, the weight of responsibility for that is enormous. Okay, I got a couple of kids. You know, it's a heavy thing, and you like think about it all the time. And everything that you're doing, you're thinking, okay, how can I make more money for the kid? And so he must be like,
it's pretty annoying for him to mention it all the fucking time, though. He said,
well, yeah, but actually, I think that it's actually the forefront of his mind all the time. Okay,
doesn't he realize it's fucking annoying?
Yeah, well, he probably doesn't even realize it because it's for him. It's the number one thing in his life. Okay, and you know, I bet he's probably
he knows he uses it for diaper
bills, right? Well, perhaps too. But here's the thing: the poor guy, you know, he's just move on. Everybody hates his guts. And the apology was too little, too late.
He's got to get off the internet and get a regular job. It's the only thing, or do something online that doesn't involve people knowing who the fuck he is.
Here, when King of Pole crashed and burned, he got a job in construction.
Experience. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, but that was as built then.
Like,
how is King of Pole supporting himself? I didn't.
He has a job.
Yeah, but before that,
he as far as
that, I was doing home inspections.
Wait, are you King of Pole? I knew I recognized your fucking voice, fucker.
Oh, that's pretty amusing.
Oh,
so I got the owner of Kiwi Farms and the guy who put my docs on Kiwi Farms on this chat. What the fuck?
It's like one of those reunion shows for you, Coach.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, instead of 20 years later, it's 8 months later.
Life.
Yeah. Okay, so you're like in construction now?
He posted pictures of him in like a frame of a building. I don't know what you call it when it's skeletal, and it's just like the
frame.
What's up, Keith?
I think he was installing some. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy if he's fucking working.
He's pretty popular on your site.
I'm popular with him.
Like,
hey, Josh, have you looked into the furry shit at all, man? Because like everybody I've watched debunking it and all that.
No,
of course he has.
It seems retarded as fuck.
Are you talking about the fucking zoo sadism shit?
Dude, the fucking main investigation is happening on Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, that's where everything is fucking happening.
Man. I've been there like twice.
A lot of it's going off the rails now. Like some of the people, like they went fucking off the deep end trying to find Wolf to the point where it got like embarrassing because they were like harassing random like dessert places in like Florida trying to figure out where a key lime pie came from.
What the fuck?
What? Key lime pie? I hate key lime pie. It's disgusting.
From what we've seen from him, we've seen the ants that he was inserting into dogs. We've seen some foliage in the pictures he's taken, and we've seen like some desserts that he was eating. So people are trying to use that to narrow down his location. It's like you're just not going
It's going to be very hard.
Josh, to use a famous DSP quote, you created the monster, and now you can't control it.
I didn't fucking do this shit. I didn't fuck dogs.
I push it, but
I kept crashing out because I was coming into work. What was going on?
Yeah, guys, I'm pushing now for a living.
What?
What are you doing now for a living?
I'm an electrician. I went more into trade after everything.
But what were you earning a living? I mean, how before? I mean, when you were online?
I was doing home inspections, and then and previously from that, I was doing sales for a pest control company.
Okay, and then you got doxxed, I guess, and
I got doxxed in Gamergate, and that was a while ago. And then I started doing a podcast where I just make fun of funny things that I found entertaining, and I pissed off a moderator for DSP, and we got into like a little feud where we just fuck with each other really hard. After he made it personal, he went after my job like immediately for losing a debate about whether or not DSP is a shitty person.
Which mod?
His name was Viter. If I recall.
He's on Kiwi Farms.
Yeah,
He's still
based in Red Pilled Viter.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to
It,
do
it
things
was
about
weird
things that
because,
I find entertaining, but
Doesn't Vider like hate niggers really
that's
bad?
fucking Sargon. This is how Sargon's going to try and recover from Jim.
I was doing my little podcast. I got like 200 people, and I like doing it. And I reached out to DSP and see if he wanted to do an interview, and he literally responded by telling me it'd be $1,000 for an hour because he doesn't have time for it. And
he needs to pay for his hooker.
I was kind of blown away.
Is that King of Pole?
Yeah. Anyway, so
Would you have taken an outline?
yeah, sure. Send me your outlets. Anyway, so the guy, Vider emailed me this long like manifesto type shit where he ended it with like a picture of Phil as Jesus Christ, and he went into this whole detail about he represents everything Phil, and he could talk on Phil's behalf, and that this is why he loves Phil. And there's nothing wrong with Phil, and it was a little fucking overwhelming.
Sounds about right.
I said that he, if you can represent him, I guess come on if he doesn't mind. And I had no idea who the fuck he was. The day he came on, we did a nice conversation about like who he is and Phil. He admitted that he gave like $1,000 to $750 a month to Phil. That he thought that detractors were criminals. And just ridiculous things. And it was just mind-boggling listening to him. And a lot of people fucking hated him. Then the Sons of Kojima reached out to me. And that's when Fred Fox was like inviting me on his show. And then Vider wanted to come back on because I talked to Fred Fox. But this time he wanted to come on and debate me about whether or not Phil was a shitty person. And whether or not detractors were real people or like real bad people or not. And he lost that debate. And I felt bad. So I asked him if he wanted to play a game called For Honor. And he responded by writing up a diatribe of how he was going to go into every person in my family, everything in my entire life, and prove that I was a horrible person and that I deserved to eat shit. I asked him, I said, I'm going to have to show this information, like this like log, because this is a little wild that all I did was say, hey, no harm, no foul. Let's just play a game together and put it under the rug. And your response is, I'm going to attack you and your family in a very long and weird, drawn out way. So I showed it, and it really pissed him off. So his response was to contact my work every fucking day for 3 months. He would call. He emailed my boss 1,000,000 times. He would go on Twitter and brag about it. He'd show the emails, and then he'd tell people that he wasn't trying to get me fired. He was just trying to figure out more information about me in regards to contacting my family, which is still fucked up. It caused me and my boss to have an issue. Then he got me fired. He started calling the cops, claiming I was harassing him. He called the Oslo Police Department, which contacted, I don't even understand how this fucking happens. They contacted where I live, police department, because of death threats.
Fucking Interpol.
Yeah, a little wild. It was a little wild.
So you're like a victim? You're like a victim. Is that
I wouldn't
basically
say a victim. This is how it started, because I responded by fucking with him. I immediately responded by fucking with him.
I never had any contact with you or interaction with you, and you said that I was a piece of shit and I was a scumbag. And you said a whole bunch of shit about me that wasn't true.
Well,
no, listen. Oh, you didn't know, and then you just said it, right?
Well,
you sound like a little fucking bitch. You sound like everybody else is at fault, and you're like the fucking little innocent little bitch.
Nah, you sound like you're
You sound like a faggot. You sound like a faggot, and Jim showed you up to be a faggot. I mean, isn't it like you're like the kind of guy who goes around and like tries to get dick pics out of people, like a little fucking bitch faggot?
I left my nipples.
Isn't that you're like the kind of faggot who says shit about people and doesn't even know them?
I'll try to
starts turning shit around and starts turning shit around. That's a fucking lie, and you know it's a fucking lie.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're just saying
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking to a little faggot bitch who's got no balls. Because if I saw you in person, you know that I'd end you, you little fucking faggot. You're a cum-chugging little faggot who asks people for dick pics like a fucking little loser. I mean, that's what you are. Okay? And Jim showed up what you are. You're a piece of shit.
What did I do to you?
And you're a fucking faggot who says that it's everybody else's fault, and you're like a fucking little, innocent little daisy in the wind, and it's everybody else's fault. About some sob story, you fucking little faggot, and you got no balls. You're not a man. You're a fucking faggot, gay bitch.
Okay,
You
and you
done?
should
You done
just
with
be
your little
happy
shit? You
that
done
you
with
have the
your
miserable little fucking life of a what is it? A
I'm
minimum
miserable.
wage fuckhead. That's what you are. You fucking piece of shit.
Why are you still mad?
Listen, you queen of paws. You're nothing. You're a fucking bitch. You don't.
Good,
You have
take
no
that
balls.
from.
You're not a man. And
I'm
you
not
lie
saying-
about people, and you say things that aren't true, and then you come around and say that you're a fucking victim. That other people have a problem with you, and you don't know. You don't know shit. You didn't do nothing. You little fucking faggot. You're a little bitch who should die. Listen, you queen of paws, motherfucker. Why don't you go and get yourself paws, get fucked up the ass like you so much love by some gay faggot with AIDS, and die, you miserable bitch. Huh?
This is boomer roasting.
Clear enough for you, you son of a bitch? Huh? I'm sorry. Do you hear me, motherfucker? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't hear me? I didn't speak up loud enough? You faggot cum chugger? That's what you are. I bet you are a fucking little pedophile asking people for dick pics. You know,
Save
you're a
some for V,
fucking
coach. Save some
faggot,
for V.
disgusting shit.
You like mad at
Die, you queen of paws, motherfucker.
Okay, coach. I don't know what your fucking problem is, but I'm gonna take a guess.
Yeah.
Because I went on the Kumite and called you out and said I want to debate you because I think
Yeah,
you're a
we're
piece of shit.
debating now, you cum chugging faggot. Hey, I'm not gonna send you a dick pic, bitch, except the dick up your ass, you fuckhead. Oh man. Oh.
I'm trying to cut to you, man.
I'm
You're just
gonna-
freaking the fuck out and kind of spurting. So calm down a little bit.
Sports
Look,
isn't dead.
I went on
Hashtag
the
Boomer King
Kumite.
Coach.
Okay.
I went to Kumite, and I wanted to talk to you specifically because I was contacted by some fucking economist.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So we're done here, okay? Guys, on this chat, I gotta roll. It's been great chatting with you all. Josh, very interesting talking to you. I'd love to talk again. Everybody,
anytime. See you
Rawhide,
later.
everybody, take it easy.
Later.
That was that.
What the fuck?
Oh. He's an angry boomer on the internet. What do you think?
He was mad.
And kill yourself.
He was mad as fuck, eh?
He went fucking hard on you.
I
You're
left my
mad,
nipple
bro.
dachshund not safe for work for you, all right?
That was a little surreal. I was willing
Who
to talk to the
recorded
guy.
that? Who recorded that?
Please say someone
Fucking hope
did.
no one.
I only
No,
got like the
that's
last
against the rule.
46 seconds.
Why
There.
are crowd sycophants coming on the server anyways?
Ralph has got to hear that shit.
Oh, fuck.
Ralph's
I
gonna
only
be
got
so
the very
sad.
end of it.
He'll never be able to book this now.
Fuck.
I usually stick hard to the rule and no recording, but I was gonna send it directly to Ralph first anyway, so
Because that was fucking fire.
yeah.
Is
Hey,
Queen of
hey.
Paul still here?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah,
here.
he's still here.
How erect are you?
What did you say about him in specific?
Oh, nothing. Okay, so I was
You
going
doxed him, right?
story, but he didn't want to. He wanted to go off the tirade and have an autism fit. So
That was crowd.
I went on the Kumite previously from writing a thread with the Guardian about him in regards to an economist. There's a lot of information and evidence. There's articles that are written about it and stuff like that. But he basically fucked over this economist and was stealing at least $5,000 to $10,000 from this economist's students. And when the economist told him to stop doing that, he refused unless he paid him like $2,000 or something. And he broke contract, which was, I can't remember what it was. It's been so long. And essentially speaking, he held the website for ransom to the point where the economist went to news articles and told people to stop. What was weird is the economist didn't want to sue him after so long or something about this. I don't know why. He didn't really go into details. And the economist was willing to go on the Kumite and have a one-on-one with Coach and him to talk about this economist shit. And Coach refused. So I went on and asked Coach to come on and have a conversation one-on-one with me, and we'll go over the emails. We'll go over all the stuff, and maybe we can set up something where he can talk to this guy that supposedly he fucking blackmailed.
I got a.
Or not.
Oh, you mean like crowd? Like you seem to hang out with a lot of blackmailers, Queen of Paul.
Anyways, so
Got a line for you there.
Skip right over that one. The story we all talked about.
I'm just explaining the story.
You know what we want to talk about. I really don't want to talk about it.
I was about to ask. I mean, are you the top
the
or
New
is
York
he the
Times,
bottom?
and it was a thing about women empowerment, and it was these historical
Ralph, you
figures.
know, Crown T, angry gentleman man who gives you docs.
Hold on, Elmer. Hold on.
And they're
Elmer.
sitting on the toilet with like their pants off, and it was a story about the figure.
Me with,
And
with all this
then
information
at the end it
regarding
says,
autonomy.
and she
Not
had
even a statement. You know how the Romans lived? They all men and women sat shoulder to shoulder in a big open public toilet. So
no, it's there's
Sounds like Indians.
You interrupted me on PayPal entirely. But
Is this the guy that wrote your ED page or whatever as well? Like, and in the Philippines.
A decent bank. He told
now about all those different things he tried. Like I actually believe it was to him to become
very long and weird, drawn out way. So I showed it. It was
faggot. You're a cum chugging little.